Yo, what's poppin', guys? Your boy TWT here, back with another video. And today we're going to be looking at the NaNoWriMo controversy, reacting to that. So basically, it seems like these guys enabled AI to be used in their program. From what I understand, it's basically a yearly contest where people write and stuff like that. They also have a forum that they used to have, but we'll get into that later. So yeah, let's read this and react to it. Basically, they enabled AI to be used in the writing contest, which is crazy. They're saying people who are against AI they are classist, pretty much, um, which I kind of don't agree with. I don't know why they're enabling AI. Yeah, so the organization that runs National Novel Month, NaNoWriMo, declared condemnation of AI classist and ableist. And participants in its annual writing challenge are pissed, to say the least. In a Zendesk post published on Saturday titled, "What is NaNoWriMo's position on AI?" NaNoWriMo organizers wrote that it does not explicitly support any specific approach to writing, nor does it explicitly condemn any approach, including the use of AI. The world is changing, guys. NaNoWriMo started as a group project in the 90s with the goal of writing a 50,000 word manuscript in 1 month, November. But in 2005, NaNoWriMo became a nonprofit organization that takes donations and runs fundraising campaigns. We also want to be clear in our brief that categorical combination of artificial intelligence has classist and ableist undertones. This is what NaNoWriMo has said in quotations, and that questions around the use of AI to question around privilege tied to questions around privilege. The post continues. It then outlines how it feels AI combination is classist, ableist, and poses general access issues. Not all brains have same capabilities. Not all writers function all the same at the same level of education or proficiency in the language in which they are writing. The organizers write in the ableism section. Some brains and ability levels require outside help or accommodations to achieve their goals. But is that really writing if AI is just writing for you? Like, I don't get their argument here. In the past, NaNoWriMo acknowledges that this will piss some writers off. We recognize that some members of our community stand staunchly against AI for themselves, and that's perfectly fine. The post continues. As individuals, we have the freedom to make our own decisions. Last year, a group of writers, including Jonathan Franzen, John Grissom, George R.R. Martin, and Jody Picoult, however you pronounce that, sued OpenAI and sought class action status, claiming that GPT copied their works without permission. And last month, a group of 8 news outlets, including the New York Daily News, Chicago Tribune, Denver Post, and several other papers, filed lawsuits in federal court claiming that OpenAI purloined millions of copyrighted news articles without permission or payment. Daniel José Older, a lead story architect for Star Wars, The High Republic, and author of multiple series including Outlaw Saints, posted his resignation from NaNoWriMo Writers Board following the announcement. This is just a tweet of him announcing he's resigning. Here's the tweet in quotations. "Hello, NaNoWriMo. This is me, DJO, officially stepping down from your writers board. And I urge every writer to do the same." I agree. It's kind of messed up. Writing is a very, very fine art. Reading books, I always think this is very well written. Like, they took their time to compose words in a meaningful way. It's not really to a thing to be written by AI. Um, Never use me in your promo again, he says. In fact, say my name at all and never email me. Thanks. He is livid. He's livid. Last year, NaNoWriMo took a softer stance on the use of AI. Writing winning is a personal achievement and has always been based on the honor system. If using AI will assist your creative process, you're welcome to use it. Using ChatGPT to write your novel would defeat the purpose of the challenge, though. Yeah, I agree. You can use it to make an outline, but using it to create the entire book is kind of insane. Don't you think? I don't know. Let's get some. Oh, they have comments here too. 404 Media guys, check them out. I like their website. Such a grotesque bastardization of. See, this is so. See how this is eloquently written. AI can't write like this. He's obviously a writer, Such a grotesque and bastardization of privileged social justice language. Of course, there are specific circumstances where AI tools may indeed be very beneficial to people with various disabilities, and those are worthy of consideration and discussion. But it's just like the bull BS democratization of an art pitch. I agree. Particularly cowardly of them to just pretend that tools aren't almost entirely founded on that too, on the stolen work of actual writers and novelists. Yeah, it is stolen. It's low creativity and it's stolen. Crazy. Glad to see the pushback. Yeah. Classism is when you can't use the most energy-intensive technology in the world to steal everyone's writing simultaneously. I am very smart. Crazy. I agree. This echoes of Mark Andreessen's argument that the metaverse is a way to correct reality privilege. What? Insane. Since the alternative, trying to improve material conditions for the masses, would cut into its riches. Likewise, if you work two jobs and don't have time to write 50K words a month, just use AI. Paying you enough that you can work normal hours is just too expensive after all. Writers not getting paid enough. Point. Writers' strike 2024. It really drives home how fighting classism read thinking badly of people poorer than you is thin gruel compared to fighting worker exploitation. The change in tune compared to last year's tune make me wonder if NaNoWriMo received any big donations from AI, OpenAI, or any other. Yeah, they're pushing AI hard, guys. They want everybody to use it. This is crazy. Let's check out this other article. NaNoWriMo National Novel Writing Month started in 1999 to get writers to spend their November writing 50,000 word novel. Writing a 50,000 word novel. The idea is that quality doesn't matter. You get into the rhythm of writing words and you finish. The initiative is also 5013 charity to promote the concept. This has had a number of issues over the years, including a grooming scandal, which we'll go over later, involving paid forum moderators. The forums were eventually closed because of this, I'm assuming. With the forum shut down, the sponsors are free to run the show. This year's new sponsor is Pro Writing Aid, which is now added unspecified AI functionality, which is, so one of their top sponsors is Pro AI, which probably had a word or two in how they feel about AI. In an official position statement on AI, the organization declares, NaNoWriMo, we also want to be clear that our belief that categorical condemnation of AI has classist and ableist undertones. I don't know what that word means, we'll look it up. And that questions around the use of AI tied to questions around privilege. I don't understand what they're trying to say. Like, the people who are using AI are underprivileged because they can afford to I mean, they can afford to pay for AI, so how are they underprivileged? It doesn't make sense to me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Specifically, they mean they're sponsoring companies, class privilege, ability to plagiarize your stuff wholesale, then defraud unpublished writers with it. Dang. What's most bizarre is that one point of NaNoWriMo is that it's a self-imposed challenge. Your only reward is a finished draft that you personally wrote. As well as widespread outrage from amateur writers, including disabled writers, angry at being used as an excuse. Even the disabled writers are angry. Jesus, as an excuse. They're being used as an excuse by these frauds. The published writers who spent decades supporting NaNoWriMo are withdrawing support and quitting NaNoWriMo's board. Wow. We can share this too. This is nice. Like this website. Check out pivottoai.com. I didn't know this existed. Sorry guys, I'm a little dyslexic, not gonna lie. You gotta work with me here, okay? I'll post that on Twitter later. So let's check out this Reddit post. They all but sanctioned the use of it. Avoid their official website like the plague. Keep your communities to Reddit and Discord. Do not support this trash fire of a nonprofit. Yet another hole to poke in the classist argument. They try to cite that not everyone can afford feedback on or help with their writing, and yet beta readers and manuscript swaps are such a thing in writing communities. Not to mention critique groups, forums, and other free writing resources available online. All of these things will better support more useful and more helpful info and feedback to the writer than an AI tool. I agree. I'm so disappointed with all of these letdowns of the last few years. The Nano site and community was such a source of inspiration and good energy for me when I participated in yearly in high school. Transcription software is an accommodation. Writing partners are an accommodation. Beta readers are an accommodation. LLMs are not. I agree. Scraping my work, officially possible, now unpublished, is quite literally the opposite of class solidarity. Actually, writers who don't want their jobs or work to be stolen are being greedy. He's saying that sarcastically. It's not the stand-up position they think it is. Particularly when some of us are just getting started and low income. Writers don't get paid that much, guys. If you've noticed, that's why there's been writer strikes in multiple aspects. The movies that have been coming out lately are trash and are just regurgitations of formerly great movies. AI use results in auto rejection, and its spread has given raise to AI detection software that is more likely to incorrectly identify English language learning as plagiarists. Yeah, if you guys don't know, AI plagiarism detectors don't really work. There was a news article about a college professor who used the ChatGPT 0 to detect AI in his papers, and everybody's came back positive for AI. And most of the people were like, I wrote this myself. So the plagiarism detectors don't work right now. I'm going to need whoever wrote this to explain exactly how AI has helped anyone be traditionally published and why AI written gibberish, gobbledygook, flooding the self-pub indie market is a good thing for oppressed groups. I'm going to have to agree with that. So let's take a look at NaNoWriMo's forum situation that happened a while ago.
So this is not a video that I really wanted to do, but considering how many National Novel Writing Month posts I made, I felt like it was a video I should make. For those of you who don't know, the NaNoWriMo organization has been under a lot of fire this month. Also, for some of you who really don't know, NaNoWriMo is an organization. They're a nonprofit that pushes for literacy and the exploration of creative ideas. At least that's what they're supposed to do. So this whole issue was actually brought to my attention when I saw a couple creators outright canceling NaNoWriMo. And that definitely took me by surprise. Personally, I've never been too involved with NaNoWriMo, the organization. I've always participated in National Novel Writing Month, but I've always logged my progress on my own, posting it on social media such as Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube with you guys. However, I was aware of the website. I do log my progress on there once in a blue moon. I mostly just forget about it and just put like a lump sum so it thinks I put 20,000 words in one day. But I was aware that there was a writing community there on the forums that the website provides. I was just never too invested in it because you guys are my writing community. And you know what? Maybe it's a good thing I wasn't involved in the forums, especially when I was younger. So basically what happened is NaNoWriMo had an issue with one or more of their moderators. Instead of using their moderator status to protect the community, they were instead using it to gain access to minors. And in essence, they were basically grooming them. I don't know in particular what was said in these chats to minors, although I do know that 18 plus material was brought up. It was speculated on knowyourmeme.com that this 18 plus material was about certain, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a certain fantasy involving adults in a diaper. Then again, that's from knowyourmeme.com, so I don't know how much credibility that has. Also, that's one of the problems I had instantly when doing research on this topic. There really isn't that many credible sources. The best source, of course, would be the NaNoWriMo forums that this took place, but most of those probably were scrubbed at this point. And now, as I'll get into later in the video, they are now being overseen by the board of directors of the organization. Anyway, getting back on track, these issues between the moderators and the minors were brought to the attention of the NaNoWriMo staff, allegedly, and nothing was done about it. At least a month or two went by with nothing getting done before finally the board of directors got involved and completely shut down the forums altogether. They've since brought some of the forums back online with the board of directors themselves moderating them. Okay, that's the gist of the situation without getting into too much detail. I don't want to go into too much detail about something that turns out not to be true because, again, a lot of this is speculated back and forth. What we do know is the moderator or moderators that were involved with this issue are no longer working there. That being said, a lot of people are still feeling uneasy about it.
Yo guys, why are they just no longer working? Why are they not facing charges? I'm getting tired of these people grooming children, dude. Like, why? I just don't get it.
NaNoWriMo. First of all, there are some security concerns, so even if you do plan on keeping your account, I recommend that you change your password. It's a safe practice anyway. Second of all, I say if you do because a lot of people are leaving this organization as a result. Which, to be honest, is a shame to see because this is an organization that did do really good things in the past. I did like some of their objectives, so it's a shame to see this disaster happen. However, at the same time, I'm not surprised. And I'm not saying that as a thing where like I knew something bad would happen with NaNoWriMo, but in general, these forums never seem to go well. In general, any space on the internet where adults and children can interact do not seem to end well. You see it on Book Talk sometimes where someone posts an inappropriate comment on a minor's post. And then you have the whole thing where people want more explicit scenes in young adult fiction. So I don't want to say this is a problem that only NaNoWriMo has, and I will say I do appreciate the board of directors stepping in and making the changes that need to be made.
Yeah, guys, they just nuked their entire site. They just like destroyed it. I don't blame them.
I will say it would be nice if this was done sooner and if there was more transparency, but who knows? Maybe they're protecting the victims here. I don't know, all this is kind of a lot to digest. All I will say is you have to be really careful in all these situations where children can interact with adults because as wholesome as it is for the most part, there will always be people who find ways to do bad things. That's the problem with the internet. There are a lot of bad people out there and they disguise themselves as people who are trying to do good. Like someone volunteering to be a moderator on a nonprofit forum about creative writing to find access to children. Like, that's awful. I will say I'm still going to post updates, at least on YouTube, about my National Novel Writing Month progress. This is a writing goal a lot of people have celebrated even without using the organization, so I don't think there's any reason to completely abandon it just because something bad happened. If you do want to distance yourself from the NaNoWriMo organization, I totally understand that. I'm just saying if NaNoWriMo has been a positive experience for you, don't throw it away. I think it's great how it brings the community together. Let me know how you feel about this issue in the comments. If I got something wrong, which I may have, be sure to let me know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys. With all the controversy, the forum being nuked, you know, and now them allowing AI to write the entire story, I think that NaNoWriMo is going to be out the door. I don't think there will be a NaNoWriMo 2025. You know, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments about them allowing AI, and what do you think about their forum being nuked? If you haven't yet, subscribe below. I'll check you guys out next time. I'm gonna get some food. I'm starving. Peace.
No way.